This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York, UFC 2453 Championship Fights Fight Week. Holy smokes, I'm fired up. It's going down. MMA news with the MMA Holes. Yeah.
Wonderful.
All right, we're here. We're live.
Wonderful.
You're wonderful.
I'm wonderful, Ma.
Jesse got the long sleeve MMA holes. This is the only one that exists. It's on you. How's it look? Looks
Big.
wonderful. Well,
It's big, but I like it.
yeah.
Moss, I'm thinking we should start selling more long sleeves. Because
Yeah?
it's winter time and people like long sleeve,
Okay.
right? I like long sleeve.
Well, think about it. Yeah, it looks good on you, Jesse. We are here, and we are not queer. We are live. We are on fire. The Christmas lights in the background, and Christmas is upon us because we have 3 title fights. UFC 245. Yes, baby. This is exciting stuff, and the question is really, which fight are you more excited about? Is this the best card of the year? And how big is my penis?
Wonderful.
I know the answer to that one.
Oh, no, I mean, those, what? What's going on in it? Anyway, this is a pretty big card.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty big card over here. It's pretty exciting. I'm excited about all the fights, really. I mean, the Durandamy versus Nunes fight, but I'm excited about Nunes coming back. She's the double champ. She is probably the women's GOAT. I mean, she's beaten all the best that you
it's
can
funny.
beat. So
Isn't Nunes the one who said there is no GOAT, or was that Durandamy who said that?
Durandamy is like, there's no GOAT. If I win, I don't know. She's got that weird,
But
goofy Dutch accent.
She makes a little bit of a point if you think about it. Now, I firmly believe in the GOAT. I think that there should be a GOAT for every weight class, and then there should be the pound-for-pound GOAT. But it's interesting how she said it, because I didn't hear anyone say it the way she did about how there's always someone who can beat you.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody is beatable, everybody can lose, therefore there is no GOAT. And I never really thought about it that way until I heard her say that, and I was like, huh. Like I still have GOATs, like I still think of the GOAT for each division.
Yeah.
But it is fascinating. I never thought about it that way.
The GOAT is for the people. The GOAT is for the fans. That's what the GOAT is for. It really means nothing, but it's for the people that watch the sport. It gives us something to talk about. Like every time someone wins something big, you throw them in the mix for the GOAT conversation. It's kind of hogwash. There really is no GOAT.
I think
she's right.
I think it's for the fighters too, though, because if you look at Henry Cejudo, who played up the whole GOAT thing, Conor McGregor played up the whole GOAT thing. Like, there are fighters who buy into the GOAT just as much as the fans do because it's an accomplishment as a fighter.
I think it's a fan thing. By the way, the real GOAT is above your head. It's Artem Lobov.
Where's Jason Knight?
That's the real GOAT over there, right? No, not really. He lost to Knight, and I guess Knight is the GOAT now. So
well, the stockings are taking up Jason Knight's space. Once the stockings go down,
we gotta do that. We gotta put that together before we get him back on the show. Before he shoots us like all the deer he shoots. Durant, that press conference that they had. I don't know if you saw it, but it's all over YouTube. MMA fighting and the Mac Life, all that stuff did it, and it was I tell you, for a card that I'm pretty excited about. That was a pretty lame press conference. Not like I expected fireworks, but everyone's like, we're all cordial. We like each other. And then there's Usman and Covington, and that trash talk is There's nothing coming really from Usman. And Colby with his shtick, I mean, he made an Epstein didn't kill himself joke, which when are we gonna? When is that joke not funny anymore? Like, I mean, it's like the horse has been beaten so many times.
I cringed a little
when he threw that out there. I was like, okay, I guess that's funny. Like, I need Colby to win. Even though I'm picking Usman, I need Colby to win because in order for his shtick especially to work, I don't know how it works at all without him winning. If he loses his fight to Usman, it's not funny at all. Like, I mean, I was watching it and it just seemed lazy. And then someone from the crowd, I don't know if it was a journalist or something like that, asked him a question about what was in the book, and he was stuttering. He never read the book. Yeah. He never read the book. So now, and then I forgot what his comment, I should have wrote it down. I forgot what it was. His comeback was, but it was just, it was forgetful. The only thing that wasn't
something
forgetful.
Along the lines of, like, how you had to read it in order to find out or something like that. Like,
I don't know. It was just, do you remember it?
No, it was just along those lines.
Forgetful. That's what it was. He showed up in an orange suit, so I guess he got the memo. Drunk Savage put it on the website, so I'll show that real quick. But let's see. Here it is. He threw this thing on, and I guess because people were making, comments about him wearing cheap suits, and then Drunk made a pretty good, good picture over here, looking like the Dumb and Dumber suit. Yeah. Pretty accurate. I don't know if this is a more expensive suit, but here it is. It's a very bright orange suit. It's
funny that you're on the Colby picture right now because FTWBK in the chat says, are they really hating on Colby when they have the worst MMA show? In fairness, we hate on everyone, including you.
Wait, he's watching the worst MMA show? What does that make him?
I don't know.
Damn.
We hate on everyone
Doesn't
in
make
the
you too
chat.
smart.
All the fighters, each other. We hate on everyone. Nobody's off limits.
He's fucking watching it. I guess you must be the dumbest person in the chat if you were watching this then.
Yeah.
So there he is. Listen, I like the fact that he's trying to sell a fight because let's be honest, if it wasn't for Colby Covington, we really wouldn't be hyped. He is selling the fight, but it's bad. The shtick is bad. It's meant to be cheesy. It's meant to be WWE style, but I need him to win. I need the guy to win. Mm-hmm. He's sitting here with his Donald Trump book and his Trump 2020 hat, and he's got that whole shtick
it's
going.
It's pretty funny. It is pretty funny, I gotta say.
Yeah. Well, let's see if it works. let's see if this shtick works. Hopefully it does, Jess. I gotta say this. Like, even though I'm picking Usman, I'll take one on the chin here. And if Covington wins, it'd be hilarious.
It's got to be doing something for us to still be talking about him, right? Like,
oh shit! Oh shit!
Limited edition merchandise. Got the merchandise. Limited edition merchandise. Got the merchandise. Limited edition merchandise. Got the merchandise.
Whoa! What is that, Caleb Harris? Look at this, Jesse. Caleb Harris.
Lionheart representing the MMA-Holes in the 601.
Hell yeah, baby. So the first person to buy our limited edition hat, Caleb Harris. Look at that. Shout out to the Lionheart.
So,
good stuff.
The new limited edition merch store, if you guys did not see the community post.
Man, you better back up. You gotta go to sleep.
No, I'm just laughing at that song.
You can go to sleep too.
What do you mean? What am I laughing at?
I didn't know what you were laughing at.
Here, let's go. Hope everyone is wonderful. What fights are you guys most excited for in 2020 and which fights do you hope the IFC will make? Will there be new champs? Love you guys. Moss by JBH the cat #FuckPaulo.
All right, maybe next year.
What
Thank
am I
you,
most
Connor.
excited for in 2020? I want to see Khabib Ferguson finally happen. I think that's probably the most exciting fight for me right now for 2020.
2020, when Connor beats Cowboy and then the rematch of Khabib and
any Connor fight from us.
2 for 2, that'll make me. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to the Connor Khabib rematch so I can piss everyone off some more. Thank you, Connor Hernandez, for the donation. Look at that. Wow, 2 for 2 over there.
Yeah.
Coming in.
Now.
And yeah.
The limited edition merchandise song does not happen if you use the store merch on our website. It happens if you use the Streamlabs link in the description. Same thing you would use for the donations. There's a little tab now that says merch. when you click on that link. So you click the merch, and then you buy from the merch in the Streamlabs store, and you get a little donation that plays.
Yeah, this thing, that reggae, we don't have a reggae donation, so look at that. Look at that. We're touching all the genres. This hat is only going to be in our special Streamlabs store for December. That's it. And then it vanishes. It goes away. So a stitched MMA logo hat. Warm your head up. It's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
And shout out to Caleb Harris for getting that thing purchased. That's awesome.
Caleb Harris.
The Lionheart. All right, so back into the situation over here with Covington, Usman,
Yeah.
Holloway, Volkanovski. Oh, we did a poll. Let's see.
Well, I just put it up. I'm not sure if it's very accurate right now.
Yeah, I just want to let the people know. So we did a poll, and we had the people vote. We almost got 100 votes. Man, you guys are quick. And what does it say, Jess?
Looks like 75% of people are more excited for Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman, followed by Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway, and then shortly after that, Jermaine Durandamy versus Amanda Nunes.
All right. So Colby versus Usman in the lead with the fight that most people are excited about, and I am too. Let's be serious. I am too. The matchup, the skill set, pretty equal between the two. Even though Colby is a higher ranked wrestler, I don't think that means jack shit. Because look at the Woodley fight, that meant nothing. But Colby is good. Colby is very good. His wrestling is strong. It's on point. His pacing is relentless. Mm-hmm. His cardio, his bedroom cardio could go for days. Jesse.
That's right.
So
Real Gamer says, and this is completely irrelevant, says, why do women get so offended when you don't eat the food they make for you?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why this.
Why do you think they get so offended when you don't eat the food they make for you?
I'm trying to figure out why my arrow's not working. See this, Jess?
Yeah, it's been pretty glitchy. It did that last week
Don't
when
know
I
what
was
the fuck's
doing
going on.
fight briefing.
Can't have a smooth show with a glitchy arrow.
Come on.
So what was he asking?
Why do women get so offended when you don't eat the food they make for you?
Yeah, well, that is a good question. Why is that? Well, then again, they slaved over the stove, right?
Yeah, they took the time out to make something for you to keep you alive because you refuse to cook.
That's true. Yeah, that's. I mean,
you better back up. You
I would imagine that's the reason.
Man, you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
Or PMS, like Richard Song.
Hey, that reggae dono went kinda hard, Moss. You could be the next Snow. Lickety boom boom doom. Peace. I need 3 more subs to get to 100. How about 3 people in the chat make Christmas come early for me?
All right.
Lickety boom boom doom.
There you go. Help out Pulse Reloaded, the moderator in the chat. He's trying to get to 100 subscribers. Make his Christmas come true. Make his Christmas wet and white.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, Pulse. Yeah, we need more. That reggae song is stuck in my head. Someone needs to buy another hat so I can fucking dance to that song again. It was fantastic. All right, let's go to the first story in the news over here. And keep voting on the community section so we can see if you guys and gals are still interested in this fight the most. And I would imagine that's the case.
According to the Bleacher Report, Usman versus Covington is more than a mere grudge match. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary has a definition for morality play, which is an allegorical play popular especially in the 15th and 16th centuries, in which the characters personify abstract qualities or concepts such as virtues, vices, or death. In a morality play, no one apologizes. Some characters are good, some are bad, and all present themselves to the audience and let the people decide. Morality plays might feel anachronistic, but America's version is alive and well and goes down Saturday when Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman face off for their undisputed UFC welterweight championship. At age 8, Usman immigrated to the U.S. from his native Nigeria. He doesn't consider himself political. Covington is a little different. An ardent supporter of President Donald Trump and a buddy of the First Family, Covington is a high-volume, alt-right troll of the First Order. Both men are outstanding fighters, with Usman, the champ, and Covington holding the interim strap until UFC stripped him for inactivity. They both bring wrestling-based games to the table that rely on controlling the position of the other man. In a cosmic nod to the sort of perfect opposition between them, both men sport identical 15-1 records. You may be shocked to learn these two don't like each other very much. Without even getting into the rivalry's political component, they verbally sparred over PEDs, coaches, and which one is more American, whatever that means. There's plenty more at any Google user's fingertips. To hear them tell it, there's nothing contrived about this rivalry, though it's a far-ranging grudge What makes it a morality play is the politics and the demographics these fighters embody. For both men now, it's not the time to stick to sports.
Mm-hmm. This is a weird fight. This is a weird one. Like, I'm
It's extremely
excited
weird.
because, like, I don't feel Colby's winning this fight. I really don't. I know a lot of people are on the hype and jumping aboard because, he's better on the mic, I guess you could say. And he's got more charisma. He's got the shtick. He's got everything going. But
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Drunk Savage.
What did you think about Colby saying he would fight GSP and Khabib when he wins? That's a great hat, BTW, but I already have a wonderful, wonderful handmade one from JBH herself. Those of you without one, you jealous. Can't buy that.
You can't buy that, that's for
No,
sure.
but those of you without one can get the MMA-Holes limited edition hat for this
Hell yeah.
Christmas.
I tell you what, I want to get one of these.
I know. I
For
saw
myself.
it
I like
when
this.
it was first made. I looked at it. I was
I'm gonna
like,
buy one
I
for
kind of
myself.
want one.
Yeah, it's through a third party, so we don't even have them ourselves. I wish we did. I'm going to buy one for sure. Hell's yeah.
Because it's like fancy. It's like a different version of.
Yeah, it's not a
the
decal.
logo.
It's stitched on. It's cool.
Yeah.
So what was he saying about Colby versus GSP or
Yeah.
Khabib?
Yeah.
Khabib, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And GSP's not coming back for Colby.
Khabib he's shook, man. I'm telling you, he's not going to fight a grappler at 170. He is not. It's not happening. It's not. Unless it's like a weird novelty fight where he's fighting a 155er that should be a 155er and not a 170 guy.
Yeah.
Then you might see it.
I think Colby's just blowing smoke, to be honest.
No, Colby's not. Colby's completely serious.
Right. Colby wants
Khabib.
the fights, but the fights are not actually going to happen. He can talk them up like they're going to happen, but they're not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't blame Colby for doing that. Colby will beat Khabib. Hate to break it to you. Colby Covington beats Khabib. He's too big.
What?
He's too big. He is too big for Khabib. I'm telling you right now.
Khabib cuts like ridiculous amounts of weight.
Listen, Khabib's good, but at 155, he is almost immortal. He's fantastic at 155. There's a reason why he shook with going up to 170. There's a reason, and I don't blame him. I'm not trying to say Khabib sucks. What I'm saying is Colby Covington beats Khabib.
Absolutely.
You know who
not.
else beats Khabib? Marty Usman beats Khabib.
Absolutely
Oh, you're on crack.
not. In no way, shape, or form does Colby Covington beat Khabib Nurmagomedov.
I honestly think you are.
Absolutely not.
I think you're on crack right now.
I think you're on crack. Are you listening to yourself?
You take two
Colby
guys.
Covington beats Khabib?
Yes.
Are
yes.
you kidding me?
Colby Covington would mutilate Khabib.
Khabib cuts like two different weight classes to get down to where he is right now. He could easily go to Colby's weight class and still beat him. He'd
What?
still be cutting weight at Colby's weight class.
Jesse, excuse me for a second. By what evidence do you see Khabib beating a guy
By
that's
what
bigger than him?
evidence do you see
Hold
Colby
on.
beating Khabib?
Colby has beaten guys his size, and
But not a wrestler like Khabib?
Habib has not beaten anyone bigger than him.
Khabib wrestles bears, Moss.
Oh, my God. A chained up bear, cub, he's rolling around with. That's wrestling bears?
Bears.
You are sniffing the Khabib ass right now.
Absolutely.
Listen, I am not the biggest Colby Covington fan, but let's be serious here.
Moss,
I think
I've never seen Colby wrestle a bear.
Oh my God. Let's see what the chat has to say.
Bears.
I think Jesse has been snorting too much papaka.
Bears. Jacob Water says, I agree with Mac all the way. That's what makes Israel Adesanya such a scare. Oh, I missed the rest. Sorry, man. Tristan says, JBH is a mongoloid. Colby walks around at like 200 pounds. T-Bird says, LOL. Weezing says, Khabib beats Usman. Moonchild says, JBH takes sniffs of Khabib's ass. Yes. User Anonymous is Staten Island. I beat Khabib when I was 8. Nick C says, I agree with JBH's sister. Real Gamer? No way. Mo Monta says, like your show, guys. Like you, Mo Monta. Sunny D says, smell the bear scat. Scott McLee, JBH needs some time with CBD. Lurkwork says, Khabib would get mauled at 170. Absolutely. Guys!
It's the truth.
Bears!
All right, so you're trolling then, because you're not being serious, correct?
No,
Are you trolling
I
us?
really do think Khabib would win.
You think he would beat?
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to. I know Daniel Cormier said that Khabib is very strong, and he was rolling around with guys like Luke Rockhold. Oh, another one! A blue one! Here we go!
Pixelated Vigo!
Here we go! Here we go!
At the merchandise, limited edition merchandise. Got the merchandise, limited edition merchandise. Got the merchandise.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Look at that.
He said, it's Pixelated Vigo, and he says, shout out to all my fans.
Look at that. Pixelated Vigo has himself one of our blue ones. Look at that. A blue hat. Now, this is limited edition.
Fancy. That's a You're just laughing at the song.
I love that fucking song. I'm going to make that my ringtone. Oh, fuck.
I got the merchandise.
People said, Mystic, you can't do reggae. I say, fuck you.
This is number one bullshit.
I got that. You got to hear Jesse. So making that song, I was like giggling, laughing.
Cackling.
Because that was one take. I mean, listen, it's not very good. But it was one take, and I'm like, I'm keeping it that way.
Yeah.
I was... And all she hears, there's no music.
Yeah.
She hears, I have headphones on. So she just hears me just belting that out.
Yeah.
Oh, what a song.
I didn't even know he was recording at the time. I thought he was just like saying, because first he goes, should I make a reggae song?
Yeah.
And then immediately after that I hear, I got the merchandise. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And I realized he was recording it. And it was the first take. Usually it takes him a couple to kind of get it in the rhythm. That was the first take and he kept it.
Now remember, these hats will
will
only be around for December. That's it.
Back up, and you can go to sleep too.
Connor H.
Colby would beat Khabib.
No!
I understand is the best 155, but Colby does not get tired. Khabib is not strong enough to ragdoll Colby like how he does with 155ers. Usman would beat Khabib. GSP would I even think Leon Edwards has a good chance to beat Khabib.
Get the fuck out of here.
McConnell.
Leon Edwards? I would have given you the argument against Colby or with Colby and Usman, possibly even GSP, even though he's been out on a long, like even if he ever came back. But Leon Edwards?
Okay, Jess.
Get the fuck
Wait, hold
out
on.
of here.
You
Now
think-
you're reaching.
Wait. You think Leon Edwards is a bum?
I think Leon Edwards would lose against Khabib.
Leon Edwards would
Far
fucking...
faster
he would
than
piece up
Colby
Khabib.
Covington.
Why do
would lose.
Khabib fans get so triggered when you question their perfect fighter? Sorry JBH, Khabib doesn't like to fight fellow grapplers. Colby over Khabib. Also he called out McGregor. What you think on that one, Moss? Marty is
Yeah, I
on
heard
a
that.
go.
They don't get triggered. They defend their man.
All the fights that Colby, thank you guys for the donations. You guys are wonderful. All the fights that Colby called out after this Usman thing, they all make sense for Colby. I don't know if they make sense for everyone else that he's calling out, but they make total sense for Colby Covington. If he fights McGregor, if McGregor wins at 170 and they go at each other, on the mic it'd be hilarious. But let's be honest, Colby Covington would he would run McGregor over. I hate to say it, as much as it pains me.
Khabib versus the Bear. For the rematch at MSG December 2020. Make it happen, Dana.
Yes, baby. I'm down. I want to see that. I mean, if Jesse, you might as well. If he could beat
fought bears.
Listen, if Khabib could beat everyone on the UFC roster, you might as well just throw a bear in there, right? I mean, by what you're saying, he could beat everybody.
Yes.
So throw a bear in, so it's an even
Khabib.
fight. Yeah.
By the way, Leon Edwards is kind of out of the picture anyways because there's a story on him and Tyron Woodley right now.
That's interesting. All right, we'll get to that. It's interesting that how when a fan is very much into a fighter and they lose all realism. Like, it is interesting to me. Like, for me, when people were throwing around when people were throwing around Anderson Silva fighting Conor McGregor, when Conor McGregor wasn't really losing, right? They were throwing around Anderson Silva, and there were some people saying that Anderson Silva would lose to Conor McGregor. I was one that was saying, I love Conor. He's great. But he's not fucking beating Anderson Silva, right? I was running around saying, that's not happening. He's not going to beat GSP either. That's not happening. Even though he's saying he could do it, no, it's not happening. But you have fans that literally think that their fighter can beat the world.
Khabib can beat the world.
And are you one of them now? I wasn't saying you were one of them, but now you have admitted that you are.
Listen, I'm open to the idea that everybody has a kryptonite. I understand that there's always someone out there who's better, who's stronger, who's faster, who has the ability to win better than you do. So I'm not saying Khabib is completely unbeatable. And we've seen his weaknesses before against fighters. Ally Quinta showed a lot of weaknesses in Khabib, you know? So even Dustin Poirier showed a couple weaknesses as of late. So I'm not completely closed off to the fact that Khabib can be beaten. I just don't think that Colby Covington is the one who can beat him.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen Colby fight?
Yes.
Look what he did to Damian Maia.
Okay, but...
Do you think that Khabib beats Damian Maia?
At this age?
When Damian,
Yes.
let's say a year ago.
In
or
Damian Maia's prime, he would have been more of a problem for Khabib.
Wait, you think it would have been competitive if Damian Maia, prime Damian?
Prime Damian would have been very competitive for Khabib.
You don't think Damian would have won that fight? You saw.
Yes,
you did see what
prime
he did.
Damian.
What about? Okay, now
Prime
I'm not
Damian
saying
had a chance of winning that fight.
I'm not saying
But-
Ben Askren is Khabib, but you did see what he did.
Oh,
to
God, Ben Askren
I'm
would
not
get
saying
destroyed.
he is. I'm not saying he is, but his grappling is legit. And what Maia did to him.
Damian Maia.
So you're saying, all right, let's say right now.
Damian Maia has a better chance of winning against Khabib than Ben Askren.
Okay, no shit. Hold
the
on.
bear Khabib fought was toothless, clawless, and had Down syndrome. He was a super special bear
Oh,
for
stop
Khabib to
it.
fight, and yes, Leon Edwards
Get
would beat
outta
Khabib.
here.
I agree
he
with
only
that.
lost to Usman and has great wrestling defense.
Mm.
He would pass him up. Colby would win.
Okay, and thank you,
Get
Conor
the
Hernandez.
fuck
I
out of
agree.
here.
All right, let's go to Masvidal right now. I mean, not Masvidal. Excuse me, Maia right now. You think this?
Maia at this stage
Yeah, Khabib beats
would
him?
not win. But Maia in prime, I think,
I even think
would
Maia
probably
wins now.
win Khabib.
I think Maia wins now. This is interesting.
Maia's too old and he's fallen out of his prime. He's slowed down. He's like I feel like Khabib is still in the stage right now in his career where he could destroy Maia right now.
So, in your opinion, Khabib is a unicorn?
No, I said he's beatable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it is who can beat him.
All right, so who now on the 170 roster would beat Khabib? Who would you pick? I'll pull it up for you right now. I'll pull up the 170s. Okay. There's got to be someone on this roster that could beat Khabib.
At 170 or if they went down?
No, 170 right. They have to fight at
so
170.
Khabib has to go up to 170.
Yes. Because there's no way that...
well, now you're pulling Khabib out of his element.
That's what I'm saying. Colby Covington's not going to 155. That's not happening.
Khabib's not going to 170.
Wait. We just had this conversation.
I said that to you.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Why do you get so dramatic?
No, I'm not getting dramatic. I mean, you're backpedaling now. You're backpedaling.
I said to you before that Khabib wouldn't go up.
So why are we even talking about these 170? We're talking about fighters that are on...
Theoretically, if Khabib went up to 170, which he would never do.
Okay, that's what we're talking about, yes.
Okay.
So that's why I'm pulling up this thing here. You're confusing yourself. 170, the welterweight division, okay? You have Tyron Woodley. Does Tyron Woodley beat Khabib?
No.
Okay.
No. Are you kidding? Did you see Tyron Woodley against Usman? There's no way that guy beats Khabib.
Okay. Jorge Masvidal. Does he beat Khabib? I know you love Jorge. You love yourself some street Jesus.
Nah.
No, he doesn't beat him.
No.
Okay. Alrighty. Excuse me. You said Leon Edwards doesn't beat him, correct?
I say Leon Edwards has a lesser chance than someone like Covington.
Now we know what happened with Dos Anjos, so we'll skip him.
Man, you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
Is Amanda Nunes the man in her relationship? I mean, I would assume Nina is the bottom, but you never can really tell.
Yeah.
Also, how can anyone claim a guy who has never been beaten and only dominated his competition would lose due to size?
How can we say that? Easy. Because he's afraid to go up to 170. And it's not a problem.
It's not even
He won't go
about
up
being
there.
afraid. He's smart.
Yeah, that is smart.
That's not afraid.
I am not criticizing Khabib for not moving up. Make no mistake. What I'm saying, at 155, there's a reason why he fights there. And I understand it.
Yes,
I said
because
this
he's
with Mighty
stronger.
Mouse. I said this with Mighty Mouse all the time. Stay at 125. Annihilate everybody. Khabib could make 155. He's had some problems, but he still could sit there and hold his belt and defend his belt over there. Stay there.
Yes.
I'm cool with that. But if we're talking about conversations of a man that refuses to go up to 170,
but it's not about out of
versus-
fear.
it clearly is.
It's out of no. It's not.
So
He's
let me
not,
ask you a question.
It's not.
So why
he's
is he not
being
moving
smart.
up?
He knows. He knows because, like
What
I
does he
said,
know?
everyone can be beaten. He knows that he can be beaten if he goes up. That's not fear. He's being smart.
Yeah. So you don't think he's afraid of losing? Like, is that the smartness of him?
That doesn't make any sense.
He's afraid of losing.
If he was afraid of losing, he wouldn't be the champion right now. Every champion can lose.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
Why do
All
you
right, so
do
we'll,
that?
we'll
How come
continue
whenever
this
I say
conversation
something, you
another
get
time.
dramatic? You're like, oh my God.
Because you're not making
Like, why
any
don't you
sense.
just handle it like an
DVW.
adult?
DVH.
That's right, DVW.
All right, DVW.
Why don't
Thank
you
you.
handle a debate like an adult instead of getting dramatic about everything that I say?
I'm not getting dramatic.
Yes, you are.
What do you listen?
Make me cock slap you.
It's okay to be delusional because you are a hardcore fan. You will live and die with your ship. No matter what happens, Khabib shits roses, and that's fine.
I said he's beatable. I just don't know who can beat him.
The entire 170 roster can't beat him?
No.
Okay.
That's
Let's move up. Let's move up and on.
Now you need to back up, and you can go to sleep too.
Social vlog.
That bear was starved, caged, and abused. That shit don't mean nothing. Khabib to little for
He
100.
wrestled bears. Shut up.
Yeah, I just realized
Shut
what I
up,
got sucked
socials.
into.
He wrestled bears.
All right, and welcome to if you're new to this, welcome to the MMA-Holes, where we have the most retarded conversations ever, but it is wonderful.
Wonderful.
The most I didn't expect this debate to happen. I don't know how Khabib got thrown into the mix, but he did. So, all right, so that happened. Let's move on to the next story because there's a lot of topics to get to on this Wednesday before UFC 245. Maxi Boy in the news.
According to UFC.com, Holloway wants to leave a lasting legacy.
Ooh.
If you've spent even the slightest amount of time following Max Holloway's career, you'll realize he's a model of consistency in a multitude of ways.
Do you think, before you get into this article,
Sure.
do you think it's narcissistic to want to leave a legacy?
No, but I think that your idea of a legacy can be narcissistic, of what a legacy is.
I asked you a simple question, so yes or no?
It's not narcissistic to want to leave a legacy. It's narcissistic depending on what your idea of a legacy is.
I was listening to something, I can't remember what it was, and someone was saying that it's narcissistic to leave a legacy, right? To want to
Absolutely
leave
not.
a legacy. Drunk Savage.
Khabib cried when he lost in Samba. He fears that.
Yeah, he does. He's scared.
Well, take that, Drunk Savage. Rub it in people's faces.
What? What do you... What did you...
I
Who are you telling to take what?
I was mocking the donation.
Okay.
He said, how about that?
I don't know what just happened. Thank you, Drunk Savage. Oh, man. Okay. So, yeah, it's just like something that just jumped into my head. You know, the fact of leaving legacies, a lot of people want to do it. Athletes want to do it. People want to do it with their lives. They want to leave legacies. And here's Max Holloway wants to leave a legacy. Do you have to be narcissistic to want to leave a legacy? Or can you just succeed and, you know, go amongst your business? Do you think Max Holloway is narcissistic?
No.
No. Are you eating? She's eating. 2 hours to have a mouth free.
I thought I had time, Moss. Like, you were talking.
All right, forget it. It just ruins the whole fucking flow. All right,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, let me know when you're done. Yeah. No, you're done.
Why are you
chewing.
going hard at me tonight?
I am not, babe. I am not. I swear to God, I'm not going hard on you. I'm just having a conversation.
I ruined the flow and
Well,
all
I mean,
that stuff.
we are two professional hosts, and you just shove food in your mouth.
Well,
I didn't see you
I
eating.
did wait until you started talking.
Okay. Anyway, all right. I am not. Okay. Let's go to the story. All right. This is hurting me. It's hurting my soul.
Your comments are hurting me.
Well, no comment.
You don't have to be nasty.
You have a bear I could fight right now and lose to, so I can put myself out of my misery. All right,
I'm sorry you're so miserable. I'll make sure I leave tonight. In interviews, you'll hear it is what it is at least a few times. You can make all the faces you want to the camera. You can stop being a fucking idiot now so I can read the news. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Switch it over, Moss, so I can read the news.
It's okay. Habib's going to be fine.
All
Jesus
right.
Christ.
In interviews, you'll hear it is what it is at least a few times. His walkout always ends with Hawaiian Kickboxer by Moke Boy. Ask him about an upcoming title defense, and he'll remind you to be the best, you have to beat the best, and the best is blessed. Watch enough of his fights, and you realize that not a cocksure claim, but something closer to a stone-cold fact in terms of his personal goals, though. Holloway is, you guessed it, consistent in saying he's focused less on title defenses and more on building what Tywin Lannister described in Game of Thrones as what remains of you when you're gone. Legacy is built over time. Legacy is not overnight. You see these guys who think they have legacy overnight and they fall off real fast, and I ain't about that life, so at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure I'm here for the long haul. When Holloway defends his featherweight belt against Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 245, it'll be his fourth fight in a little more than a year, a stark contrast from an injury-riddled 2018 campaign that included 3 canceled bouts. The fact that Holloway bounced back with the record-breaking performance he put up against Ortega laid plenty of doubts to rest, and it was during that fight camp in which Holloway and his team feel like they hit a stride.
All right. There we go. Maxie Holloway. Leaving a legacy. There he is. The blessed one. But the question is, does he leave a legacy? Jesse, do you think he leaves a legacy this Saturday?
Maybe.
Can someone help me?
What am I doing now? Add it to the list.
All right,
Moss.
chat. Does someone want to answer this question? Do you think that Maxie Holloway will leave a legacy? Let me know in the chat, please.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Read the chat, Moss.
All right, I'll do that. What mood is JBH in? You never know. Show. Yeah, I know. Moss, would you rather fight the animal type of bear or the person type of bear?
Is this the first time
sure.
Moss has ever taken one bad side?
What? Can we move on? Jesus.
I know.
Clear. Put the horse blinders on and move. I feel like I'm being abused.
Well, you keep making these stupid comments.
Okay, just
and expect me to be like, oh, let's just move on.
Can someone help me, please?
You can stop being a dick anytime you want.
Let us call in JBH needs. Okay. Hi everyone. Hello, Kainoto. How are you? Yes, says Ann H. Max gets it done. So 2 people are saying Max gets it done. Unlike you, don't gotta ask mom for money. Going after Justin. Kamaru would beat Khabib easily. I agree. Cannonier versus Whitaker is almost official. I hope that happens. I feel bad for Bobby Knuckles if that does happen, because that's going to be a tough one. Talk shit, get hit. Nagging bitch. Max for sure. What's up, ho? What's up, Sam? Smoke some CBD quick. Yeah, CBD is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
In my cup, CBD coffee. It's okay, Christopher. I will shelter you. I appreciate that. Volkanovski takes the belt, bank on it. So Volkanovski for the win. Drunk Savage has been going hard on Mr. Volkanovski. I still haven't budged. Jesse, is it getting harder to do your fight briefing with people going in the favor of Volkanovski, people going in the favor of Maxie Holloway? Is it getting difficult to put it together?
No.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Max wins via TKO round 3. So let's get your predictions then. Since a woman of few words says no. What do you think? If Max wins, how does he win? If Volkanovski wins, how does Volkanovski win? I'm picking Max. All right, I'm giving you a little spoiler here. I'm picking Max. And I think it goes to a decision. I kind of want to see Max finish him, but I think Volkanovski's too tough. He's 20-1, for God's sakes. The guy doesn't really lose. My only worry is how many rounds has Volkanovski really fought? Here he is, 21-0. I haven't really checked. Let's see. Unanimous decision. This was a 3-round. Was this a 3-rounder against Aldo? Do you remember, Jess? Yeah, it was. Chad Mendez, he defeated him. Darren Elkins, he finished Mendez. Elkins was a decision, but that was a 3-rounder, right? I don't think Volkanovski... Was this, I don't think he's fought 5 rounds. Has he gone 5 rounds? Not that I can remember. Have you done the fight briefing on this one, Jess?
No.
Do you know, so you don't know. I don't think he's gone 5 rounds yet. I mean, I'm sure he's got tremendous cardio. Yeah, he got round 1s, 2s, got a lot of finishes on his record, but he's got some unanimous decisions, but they're 3-rounders. So we haven't really seen, how do I pick a guy that I haven't really seen 5 rounds from? I can't see it. So, Jess, what do you think here? I mean, I know you can't give your pick because you're a fight briefer tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
But who are you leaning to at least?
I can't tell you. Tune in tomorrow and find out.
Okay, chat. What do you got?
T. Glennon says he can go 5 easy. Mr. Vigo says Drunk Savage, I think Usman is stronger than Colby, but Colby has better endurance. So if Usman doesn't get the KO in the first 2 rounds, I think Colby wins the last 2 rounds. So it'll be a split decision.
Mm-hmm. Split decision. All right, let's lay off JBH for a second. You want to shake it out? You want to stand up and shake it out? Let's go like this. We'll lay off. Like this. You know, like the wind guys that stand in front of the car washes?
Do you want to get to the next news topic?
Do it with me.
Let's get to the next news topic.
Hold on a second. Do it with me, guys. Here, let's put the CBD can. You want to do it with me? You want to shake it out? Shake it out?
Ah, super chat.
Super chat. Eric.
Just get a divorce already.
You got to get married to get a divorce. Eric with a K. Got to get married to get a divorce. You can't get divorced if you're not married. I mean, how many times do I got to tell you this, Eric? How many fucking times? All right, just shake it out. Here we go. We're good.
All right. Next topic. Urijah Faber warns Jose Aldo of overcutting to 135, saying he's getting too small too early.
Too small too early. Listen, Jesse.
What?
You got... You got to go with AIDS Aldo. I'm all over this. I've been spamming chat rooms telling people, if Aldo gets in there, if he finds a way to get to this 135, which is not healthy at all, AIDS Aldo is the way to go. I put my money on BetDSI. AIDS Aldo for the win. I feel AIDS Aldo is going to be victorious over Moraes. But everyone's like, oh, he doesn't look that good. He looks sick. Wah. Let's see what Urijah Faber says about AIDS Aldo.
Jose Aldo will be making the drop to bantamweight for the first time at UFC 245 this weekend. The longtime featherweight champion has notably had weight issues in the past, making 145 pounds. And this move to 135 pounds has him looking particularly gaunt and drained. Many have expressed concern on the idea of Aldo dropping an added 10 pounds, and the list now includes his former opponent in Urijah Faber. Aldo, in my opinion, is one of the best fighters to ever grace the sport, Faber told MMA Junkie, saying, quote, seeing him make this weight cut, I know that he's mentally tough enough to do it. I don't know if it's going to be the best for his body. I remember the first time I did 135, I was overcutting because I was nervous about how it was going to go, so I was getting too small too early. I think he might be doing the same thing. I don't think it's going to be good for him. Hopefully he's able to perform to the Aldo that we all know, but only time will tell on that one.
All right. So only time will tell for this situation. And yeah, time is this Saturday. Not much time to tell it. So let me know in the chat. I want to know, do you believe in AIDS Aldo? Do you think that Mr. Aldo can get it done this weekend? I mean, I'm telling you, this is an interesting fight. Aldo Moraes. Moraes is a finisher, likes to kill people. He's coming off a loss to Henry Cejudo. He had the belt right in front of him. And then Aldo, well, he's coming off a loss as well. You look at Jose Aldo, he lost to the contender, the number one contender, Alexander Volkanovski. What does the chat say? Need to know. All right. The type of guy I talk like stupid guy. Where's Aldo? Is that a Waldo thing? I think it is.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Max has great wrestling defense and the best hands in MMA. He's got this. JB Ike, be annoyed too much. Moores, are you trying to say Moraes? Going to brain damage Aldo. Haven't been on the channel for a while, and Moss, you're being a full... What are you talking about? I didn't even do anything. Would you shut up? Jesus Christ. Some stupidity in the chat. Aldo is a dildo. Whoa. Aldo will win by AIDS transmission and subsequent tap out by Moraes. As an MMA expert myself, JBH and Moss, I think Aldo dies during the process of weight. His walk around weight is 170, so let's say he walks at 173. I believe he doesn't make it alive. It doesn't look like a good cut. I'll give you that. It's like TJ Dillashaw. It's like that whole situation where TJ was all skinny. He looked like shite going into the fight with Henry Cejudo. And then what happens? Henry Cejudo finishes him quick. So, I mean, do we get the same situation with Aldo? I think a lot of people are jumping on that. You know, it's not healthy to cut all that weight. But here he is. Jose Aldo fighting Marlon Moraes at 135. It's going to happen. Do you think he makes it on the scale and hits the 135? Well, 136, because he doesn't have to hit championship weight. Now, I want a quick yes or no. Do you think he's going to hit the 135 or 136? Yes or no? quick ones in the chat. Let me know, because this fight is this weekend and he's got no choice. Jesse, what do you think? Is he going to hit the weight? I mean, I think you could predict that at least.
I think he's going to hit the weight, but I think that he's going to be weak.
You think he's going to be weak? Okay. So he's going to have some problems. All right, let's see what the chat says. Yes or no, is he going to make the weight this coming weekend? Chat room, what do you say?
Eddie E. Clark says yes. Trisket H, no. Luke Couture says no. Cameron Machado, yes. Yes. D-Ras says cocaine and sweatbox. Chucky says yes. Carl Hayes says yes. Lee W says, what if he weighs in at 140? Is it just a fine? It would be 30% of his purse.
Yeah, he's gonna get nailed. And then Marlon Moraes has to take the fight. You know, does he take the fight? You know, I think he would if he's getting extra bucks, you know. Anyway, that's Jose Aldo. This guy is, you know, he's not that, I mean, he's got some mileage on him, but what is he? He's only 33 years old. He's not like incredibly old. He's been in the fight game for a while. You know, he's got some mileage. He's got the fight mileage on him, but he's still relatively young. Who knows? I don't think he could reinvent himself at 135 and stay there very long, but he could probably make a couple of fights, maybe try to take a crack at the belt. If he beats Moraes, he's right in the picture. We'll see. It's interesting. All right, what other stories do we have in the news, JBH?
According to MMA Mania, Frankie Edgar shuts down pouting Corey Sandhagen, saying won't stay at 145 post-zombie fight. Former UFC lightweight champ Frankie Edgar made his Octagon debut way back in February 2007, upsetting the heavily favored Tyson Griffin as part of the UFC 67 All-or-Nothing pay-per-view event in Las Vegas. Corey Sandhagen was still in high school dreaming of the big time. That's probably why the number 3 ranked bantamweight is getting little to no sympathy for losing the answer at the upcoming UFC Raleigh event next month on ESPN+. Edgar, who's 38 years old, is a legend of the sport and one of the biggest names of the last decade. Edgar told Luke Thomas, quote, "It sucks that's the breaks. I've definitely been disappointed in his game quite a bit myself. I'm sure I'll meet him down the road, if not in January. Right now, I really don't want to think about Corey. I've got to worry about the zombie first and foremost. I mean, hey, I'll never die. If it works out, we'll see what happens, but the test in front of me is no joke." While unlikely, there has been talk of keeping Edgar on January's card with a quick finish over Chan Sung Jung in the UFC Fight Night 165 featherweight main event scheduled for Saturday, December 21st, 2019, inside Sajik Arena in Busan, South Korea. Just don't expect Edgar to hang around at 145 pounds. Edgar said, "I'm going to get to 135 eventually, just a little hiccup along the way. I'm really not that heavy. Actually, when I found out I was fighting, I had to gain a little bit of weight for this one, so I think I need to be at 35 in the future."
Another one bouncing around. He was supposed to fight at 135, and boom, now he's filling in for the Korean Zombie the following week. And that is the last card of the year. So let's take a look at that thing. Let's dabble into that. 245 this weekend, Titan FC, Bellator 235, Josh Barnett. I forgot he was at Bellator. And here's the fight night, with a Korean Zombie fighting Frankie the Answer, which should be an interesting fight. I'd rather see the Ortega fight, but it is what it is. This is the last fight of the year, last fight card of the year. Kind of sucks. Do you think that we should have ended with like a pay-per-view or this fight night? I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I think UFC 245 was the best way to end the year, but it's not going to be the last fight, so it kind of sucks. I think they could have ended it with this one.
Right? If we would have a little switcheroo and had this fight night first and the 245 to end the year, that would have been fun. Would have been a barn burner. Well, we'll get more into this next week, but Frankie the Answer Edgar filling in, and still a legend of the sport, you know, former champion, now looking to do things at 135, but he has one more fight at 145 at least, and he's got a tough one. I think if he takes an L here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt him in any way, unless he gets brain damage, you know. But if he goes down to he can go right down to 135 and be right in the mix. So see what happens with the Answer. Do you think Frankie's got a shot in this one? I mean, I know everyone's got a shot, but do you think the Korean Zombie who's been preparing for this thing, do you think Frankie's got the answer for the Zombie? Jess?
Drunk Savage says Fedor versus Rampage.
I'm asking you. Do you think?
I thought you were asking them.
No, I said Jess.
Okay. No, I don't.
You don't think he has a shot, huh?
No.
All right. Now we'll ask the chat. All right, listen. I know you're upset.
I'm not
okay.
upset. Can you stop?
We'll
Move on. I'm not upset. Move on. Please.
Okay. I am moving on. I'm just,
All right. So what does the
I'm
chat
just
think?
trying to comfort you a little bit.
I don't
All
even
right,
know.
let's see what the chat has to say. Jeez, this is. How am I being harsh? All right, hold on a second. All right, we're gonna pause.
Oh God, can we
Hold on.
stop, please?
Chill. We're gonna pause the stream for a second. Okay. Now,
So
now,
stupid.
284. Thank
Can
you
we
for
move
joining.
on?
We are. You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
You're gonna talk about something ridiculous.
No, we're not. 240, 300 watching. Thank you for joining us. We are the MMA-Holes, and we are here to entertain you. That's what we're here to do. We have a lot of stories to get to tonight, and this weekend is a mega card. UFC 245. Let's not forget how spectacular this card is, okay? But is it going to be a letdown? You know, we're bouncing around from story to story. Is this card going to be a letdown, Jesse?
No, I think it's gonna be a great card, and I think we're all gonna be pleasantly surprised.
All right. We're going to be pleasantly surprised. Now, I mean, I think the expectations is this is going to be very good, right? When you look at the card in full, you know, they're pretty much all named fighters. You know, you pretty much know everyone that's on this thing. I think it could only go down, you know? Like, we're all excited about this thing, but if you look at the title fights, you could see 2 decisions, you know, with the Usman versus Covington fight. I mean, it has to be a decision. These guys don't finish people. It's been a while since either guy finished anyone. So now you got a decision there. It could be a fun decision to watch, not like that's a letdown. And then you have Holloway versus Volkanovski, which is a fight that could be another decision fight. You know, Volkanovski's got finishing power, Maxey does too, but they might negate each other, and you might get 5 rounds with that. And then you got the ladies. If Durandamy's stand-up holds up, and Amanda Nunes, it could turn into a Shevchenko thing, where, let's be honest, anytime Amanda Nunes faced Valentina Shevchenko, that shit was a decision, not the best of fights. You could have the top 3 all-decision fights here. Could be a problem. You look at Moraes versus Aldo. Who knows what we're going to see from a 135 Aldo? Peter Yan versus Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber doesn't really get knocked out. You might have all-decision fights over here. It could be the lamest main card ever. Looks good on paper. Could be a big problem. So I'm going to go in with low expectations. As much as I am excited about this card, I'm going in with low expectations, and hopefully it overachieves. Because if you think about this card too hot, you're going to be in for a big letdown. That's my advice to the people. That's what I'm going to say here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Do you have high or low expectations, Jesse, going into this
I have
245?
high expectations going into this one.
Okay. There you go. Chat room. How you doing? You wonderful, wonderful?
Wonderful, wonderful.
I am. All right, you want to do a commercial break real quick? And then we'll get back into the news. It's 9:54 over here. We'll do a commercial break. We'll get right back into the flow of things. We have a lot of stories to get to. A big weekend coming up with UFC 245. I'm a little bummed because the year is winding down. It's like, I'm looking forward to 2020, excuse me. But I'm hoping that this card doesn't let us down. I'm really, I mean, it looks good on paper, but I'm hoping that we don't get a million decisions and we're like, oh man, what do we got here? Looks good. All right, we'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Hang with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
Don't miss out on betting the best moments in sports with BetDSI.com. We'll double your money with a 100% bonus on your first deposit. Bet at home, bet on your phone, and bet live during your favorite game.
Sticker Mule is the fastest and easiest way to order custom stickers and more. Simply select the product you want, choose a size and quantity, upload your artwork, and within a few hours, we'll send you an online proof. You can request changes to the proof for free until you're happy. With quick turnaround and free 2-day shipping, your custom products will be in your hands in no time. Try us today for as little as $9.
And Timeless CBD, link in the description, promo code MMA-Hole, all one word. Get up to 20% off of your entire order. If you have any ailments, physical, mental, emotional, anything that you need fixed, CBD is there to help. Timeless CBD, link in the description, promo code MMA-Hole, all one word. Get up to 20% off of your entire purchase if you'd like to get some gifts for yourself or your friends or family for Christmas this year. Moss is in the bathroom, so just chilling like a villain. Cameron Machado says, but the kids, JBH. Sonny D says, Moss gone. Yeah, he went pee.
Got my baby blue shorts on. Look, not matching tonight, but they're comfortable as a motherfucker. So had to wear them. Anyway, all right. Let's get back into the shit. Let's get back into it, friends. And yes, for the holidays, remember, all the links are in the description. If you guys want to get some gifts and Timeless CBD, that would be a great gift to give to a family member, anxiety or whatever's going on. And you got the bets. We made a bet before the show. I put it on Marty. I want Colby Covington to win, but I think Marty's easy money. I really do believe that Usman is going to be an easy win for me. It might not be pretty, but he's going to get it done. So BetDSI is the place to do it. You still, if you are a Covington fan or you think that Covington is going to get the W, he's a plus 166 on BetDSI. A plus 166. You can make some cash on Colby. He's the underdog. Go for it. I'm going to look at the community section, Jess. Go over to the community section. Remember this hat over here? 2 people purchased it during our show. It's the Streamlabs link in the description where you make the donations. If you want this limited edition, only December hat, go down below and get it done. All right, let's go to this. I'm going to refresh. Here we go. Marty from Nebraska. Yeah. Oh, it's closing in here. 345 votes, Justin. Look at this. Mm-hmm. Volkanovski versus Holloway is 21%. Durandamy versus Nunez, is 6%. And 74% Covington Usman. Kind of makes sense. Are you surprised that Volkanovski and Holloway aren't a little closer, or do you think that this is pretty accurate?
I think it's pretty accurate. I think after all the shit that Colby Covington has been talking, it makes sense for people to be more excited about that fight. Mm-hmm. And Volkanovski and Holloway coming in second makes sense too, because first off, there's not a lot of WMMA fans out there. And the ones that are WMMA fans, of course, they're going to be high up on the Amanda Nunes fight. But Holloway, I think, is a more important fight to watch because we actually got to see Holloway lose just recently. So I think seeing him with that sort of kryptonite against a heavy hitter like Volkanovski is, it's more exciting to watch than the women's fight.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? 21-4-0, Max Holloway looked like he was unbeatable at this point. And then fights a guy in Dustin Poirier who he just doesn't have the tools to beat. Dustin Poirier's got his number, but he did go up to do it. So if you look at Maxie Holloway, you scroll down over here, he beats Frankie Edgar when he comes back down. So is it like a tune-up thing? I mean, he pretty much handled Frankie. This is an older Frankie, and he hung in there, the answer, but not enough for Max Holloway. And now he goes into Volkanovski. If he went into Volkanovski straight after the Poirier fight, I think I'd be more nervous. But watching him fight Frankie and fighting a guy around the same height, maybe not the same reach, but same height, similar skill set, I would say I think Max has the answers. I really do. So I'm feeling confident about this one. But Volkanovski's, I'm not trying to take anything away from the guy. He's an interesting fighter, but I don't see it. Now, how about Volkanovski as a champion? Let's talk about that. Do you think Volkanovski would be a good champ, Jess?
Yes, I think that he's the type of fighter to defend and take on pretty much any fight thrown at him. So I think he'd be a great champ. I don't know if he talks as much shit, but he's a good champ as far as his career goes. Well,
Max doesn't talk shit, and I mean he does, but it's all in fun. It's not even nothing harmful. Volkanovski's seems like a really cool dude. I don't think he has trash talk in him. And even when he does, it's very respectful. He would be a very respectable champion. The great Alexander Volkanovski. Maybe he changes once he gets gold. Maybe he's got a little bit different of a swag. But I'm going to put it out there. And I might piss some Aussies off. But I think he will be an incredibly boring champion on the mic. I don't want to see him win. I am rooting for Max as well. But I don't want to see him win because we don't need any more respectable champions. We need guys that are fucking putting asses in the seats, giving us something to talk about. I like a little bit more trash talk with my champs. Right now, where we stand, other than Colby Covington, if you look at the champions, where is the juice? You got good fighters, and that's great. I'm happy that we have some studs and studettes as your champs. But let's take a look. Colby Covington is the stripped interim champ, so you can't put him in the mix. Let's go to the rankings. You got Henry Cejudo. Well, he knows how to talk, so he's one that you could throw in the mix, and he's holding 135 and 125. So I guess you can count him as two champions. I don't know. John Jones is interesting. He's a knucklehead, but he can roll with the punches. So you gotta say John Jones is interesting. Khabib, he's got his sarcasm, but he's not one to really go above and beyond and talk shit, So he's a respectable champion. Usman, fairly respectable champion. Adesanya. How do you forget about Uzi? That's your boy, Jesse.
Yeah.
So you got Adesanya, you got Jones. Maybe you do have enough. Maybe we can't. Stipe's not a shit talker. And you look at the ladies, and honestly, I couldn't give two fucks. Weili Zhang versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk's going to be very interesting. Shevchenko is extremely humble, and she talks shit, but she's kind of reserved, and Amanda Nunes can't even understand what she's saying. So, do you think we have enough champions to sell fights, Jess? As it is right now?
Yeah, and I think given who the champions are, they can sell fights. Like John Jones alone, if you cut out everyone else, John Jones is always going to sell a fight. Same with Henry Cejudo making a name for himself as the double champ now. Holloway, like you said, he's a little reserved, but he does speak out when he needs to, so I think he makes a good champ, and it'd be difficult to see him lose his title against Volkanovski, but I don't think it would be a bad loss, because if there's anyone in that weight division that he should lose his title to, it should be someone like Volkanovski.
Mm-hmm. I think Holloway has a lot of fans. I really do. Where he goes, he's very well supported. I just don't know how much he moves the needle when it comes to pay-per-views and stuff like that. I don't think he does. But you have Cejudo who does it, and what he does at 125 is something that no one's ever done at 125 when it comes to selling tickets. I think he can sell some. So Henry Cejudo is doing his job. John Jones is doing his job in and out of the cage. Khabib sells tickets just by being Khabib. He doesn't even have to open his mouth. This is why he is a unicorn. This guy over here.
Well, he talks some shit.
But he's just got that mystique. He's got his country. He's got his support. The Muslim community. A lot of Americans love him. He's just got it. He's got the it factor. So he doesn't have to do a damn thing. Kamaru Usman doesn't put asses in seats. Very good. Very talented. Doesn't do it. Adesanya does. He's a needle mover. So, you look at those guys. Stipe, nah. You look at, 3 fighters that you can say are doing their jobs?
Well, I think Usman's doing his job. He's just not as outspoken, I think, as... But you know what? He still has some good zingers. And some fighters, like some champions, you can't say the same about. So I wouldn't kill Usman in his position as champion.
All right. Well, I'm not killing Usman, though. I'm not killing Marty. I just think that if you had all divisions full of Marty Usman's, Kamaru Usman's, his style of fighting and his way of he's a respectable guy if you think about it. Like you can see him being a good fighter for kids to look up to, but I don't know about excitement. All right, let's move on to the next story over here. What else do we have in the news?
According to MMA Fighting, Usman fires back at Covington over PED accusations, insults about Glenn Robinson. All of these we've heard about, but Usman decided to fire back just recently. Usman knew when he signed up to fight Colby Covington that he was going to have to duck and dodge all sorts of insults from the outspoken former interim welterweight champion. Ahead of UFC 245 on Saturday, the former Ultimate Fighter winner turned 170-pound king has already heard just about every possible insult from Covington, but there were two particular jabs that crossed the line. At the top of the list was Covington invoking Glenn Robinson's name when he was exchanging words with Usman at the pre-fight press conference several weeks ago. Robinson was one of the founders of the Black Zillions, a team that Usman represented on the UFC reality show before he passed away in 2018. Covington repeatedly has brought up Robinson by saying Usman likely gave the manager the heart attack that killed him, and Robinson would be watching their fight from hell. Usman said when asked about Covington's comments on Robinson when speaking to MMA Fighting, quote, "The man has passed away and passed on. What more do you stand to gain from continuing to try and degrade his name? That's the kind of line you don't cross. You let dead men sleep. Unfortunately, he hasn't learned that lesson." Covington also lobbed cheating accusations at Usman. He claimed his upcoming opponent had used EPO, a performance-enhancing drug that aids endurance and is banned at all times. It's the same substance that former UFC champ TJ Dillashaw got busted for using earlier this year, which resulted in 2-year suspension. According to Usman, he wasn't aware that EPO was before Covington started taking shots at him at the same pre-fight press conference, but he vehemently denies taking any PEDs during his fighting career by saying, quote, "He kept saying that, and I'm like, what is that? I didn't even know what that was, and then somebody explained to me what it was. I haven't changed since the first moment I came to the UFC. I haven't changed from my professional fight to my last fight. I look the exact same because I put in the exact same amount of work each and every time. The only thing that changes are my skills, and that comes with the time spent honing my craft."
All right. Well, here we go. I mean, the EPO thing finally gets brought up, and Usman is kind of like, whatever. But the Glenn Robinson thing, I mean, we spoke about this at nausea. You know, like, I mean, I guess that was pretty below the belt.
I think it just solidifies the idea that Usman versus Covington is more of a personal fight now than it was a professional. I think it started off professionally, even with Covington's antics, and now it's become more personal.
All right. Chat room, what do you think about this situation? The trash talking coming from the Colby Covington situation to Usman. Is it over the line? Is it enough? Is it not? Big fight this weekend.
Whiskey Dragonfly says modern day Max would beat Conor and Cowboy. Post-resurrected Colby is the fake news man. Triska says Orange Man good. Do Chronic, Colby's going to smash him. Drunk Savage says don't speak ill of the dead. Lurk Work says Cejudo represents why you shouldn't cut weight as a child. His brothers are all over 6 foot.
Are they really? Is that true? Do you know?
I don't know. I didn't even
know he had brothers. If that's the case, that's hilarious. Imagine having like old brothers and you're like the 2-division champion in the UFC. You're completely undersized, and then you have like old brothers over 6 foot. Like I got the height, but what would you take? Would you be Henry Cejudo and be, very tiny?
I'm the shortest
double champ
of my whole family.
Well, I mean, Henry Cejudo's a little guy. Like he's real tiny, right?
Even
and he's got the big head and shit.
My younger sister's taller than me.
And your younger sister, your whole family, you are way taller than Henry Cejudo. Would you be, and think about guys too. Guys are like very self-conscious, if they're small or whatever, right? Would you take the height, be very short, but be a double champ for the UFC? Or would you be 6 foot plus and live a normal life?
I'd be double champ. There's always, listen, if he's worried about his height because of a lovely lady, there's always a lovely lady out there who's willing to take the 4 foot man.
So you're saying win the champions, deal with the bullying as a kid.
Take the 4 feet, take the bullying, and become a double champ. Yeah.
What does the chat say? I'm curious about what you guys think about this. Would you be short and a UFC champ, or would you be tall and just live a normal life and not be bullied? Let's see what they say. I'm actually curious.
Drunk Savage says, are his brothers wrestlers? That's a good. I didn't even know he had brothers.
Well, I mean, he's Mexican, Jesse. He has to have a litter in his home, right?
Hey,
wonderful.
That's true. Paul says, no, he ain't. Triska, it would be rough as fuck to be a 5'3" dude. Jeremy says, short and champ. Whiskey Dragonfly says, Andy Ruiz is 6'2" Mexican. Actually, Triska, it wouldn't be rough to be 5'3". I had a friend who was like 5'1" in high school, and everybody loved him. Like, he never got picked on. I think it's a matter of how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
And how you present yourself. Like, I don't think it really has anything to do with how you look, like your height or anything like that, because he was awesome. Like, everybody loved him.
I have some friends. I mean, some of my friends that are pretty short, and I tell you what, I think even though they're cool and they had a decent upbringing and they didn't really get bullied too much, I still think it weighed on them. Walking around and having everyone just skyscraping over you.
If you met this guy, you would never get that.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't give a fuck. Like, he knew he was short, but he didn't care. And I think that's why people liked him, is because he didn't let it get to him. I think it's all about, like if you have that kind of...
Did anyone bust his chops?
No.
See, then he was sheltered. He's lucky. He's a lucky one. Try online dating as a 5'3" man. Yeah, what about that? Imagine, what about that?
Well, there's always I feel that
there might be an app
there's
for
a fish
shorter.
for every hook, right?
Yeah.
So.
All right. Anyway.
Probably a 5'2" lady out there who's looking
a
for
walking
5'3"
show.
man.
There you go. All right. So, just curious. I'd be Danny DeVito.
Wonderful.
Let's get back into the news over here.
Justin Gaethje's laughing at Dana White over the Conor McGregor title shot, saying, "What a crock of shit." And you heard about this, right, Moss? The Khabib versus Conor is supposed to be the next fight if both of them win their upcoming fights.
Yeah, he's getting the shaft. A lot of guys at 155 are kind of getting the shaft if you think about it. How about this? How about Durandamy saying that she's starstruck by meeting Justin Gaethje? She could have named all these fighters and she named Justin Gaethje.
Well, I can't blame her. I'd probably be starstruck too.
Yeah, but you're an average Joe. I mean, well, you're a celebrity now, but before you were a celebrity, you would be starstruck, huh?
Well, because I like Justin Gaethje.
How would you know he's looking at you? His eyes are all over the place. How would you know?
I would know.
Oh, okay.
I'd get that feeling.
Yeah, I'd be like, which eye's looking at me? Can I have a picture, Mr. Gaethje? All right, let's get into the story.
UFC President Dana White told the Combat Sports media that former lightweight champ Conor McGregor would get the next 155-pound title shot with the welterweight win over Donald Cerrone at UFC 246 this January in Las Vegas. While it sucks for the rest of the division top 5 and a point of contention for lightweights like this guy, the promotion is not going to turn down another notorious payday simply to maintain the integrity of the division. That didn't stop Justin Gaethje from having a good laugh. He posted on Twitter, "LOL at Dana White, if Conor gets through Cowboy, what a crock of shit." And then he posted the interview in which Dana said that Conor and Khabib would be fighting if he gets through Cowboy. Gaethje's 21-2 and has been calling out for a McGregor fight for several months, but the power-punching Irishman opted to challenge a fighter, the Highlight, recently beat in a heavier weight class, which is a nicer way of saying Cowboy is a setup fight. And welterweight keeps notorious from having to make 2 weight cuts in 2019. After getting creamed by Eddie Alvarez, after getting creamed.
A cumin.
I had water in my mouth, and I hear, as he got creamed by Eddie Alvarez, and I don't know, I almost spit it all over the computer.
Gaylord.
What do you mean by creamed by Eddie Alvarez? What does that mean?
Well, I don't know. That's what it says.
Can you reread that part?
After getting creamed by Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier.
Can we read it in a way that's more sensual? Now, if you could back it up a couple of lines, Jesse.
And welterweight keeps notorious for having made 2 weight cuts in 2019 after getting creamed by Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier. Gaethje roared back with 3 straight knockout victories to reestablish his place among the 155-pound elite. Currently ranked number 4 in the former World Series of Fighting
Yes!
is waiting for his next assignment.
Gaylord.
Now, I don't know what just happened there, but so he got creamed by Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay. You can go back into the story.
No, that was it.
No, that was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I read the rest of it, but you're too busy creaming.
Yeah. Anyone in the chat want to get creamed by Eddie Alvarez? So here's Justin Gaethje's an interesting story. He his UFC run has been a little up and down, but he's on a little tear. Either he gets finished or he finishes his opponent. That's how this works with the Gaethje. And let's pull him up over here. He lost to Eddie Alvarez. He got creamed by Eddie Alvarez, and he lost to Dustin Poirier as well. But back in the mix, and he's super aerodynamic as well as he flips over the fence. You scroll down, you look at him. He annihilated Cowboy in the first round. He took care of business with Barboza in the first round as well. 231, 418, wasted no times. Is his human highlight reel. Before that, oh shit, I forgot about the James Vick fight. That's 3 in a row. I completely forgot. He took his goddamn head off too, Homer Simpson. In fact, he sent him away from the UFC. Shit, I forgot about James Vick. So 3 in a row, first round. I mean, the guy does deserve a shot. Let's be serious. As much as we want to horse around over here, to say that Justin Gaethje doesn't deserve a shot, it's crazy. Tony Ferguson is fighting. It should be Gaethje. It really should. And if Conor McGregor slips in, this is the thing that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I believe that McGregor should fight Cowboy if he does get past Cowboy. And it's not even a layup. If he does get past Cowboy, it should be the Diaz trilogy or Jorge Masvidal or some shit like that, where he can fuck around, at 170. And let Gaethje get that shot at either Khabib or Tony Ferguson, Let that happen. But that's not going to happen. Apparently, the UFC's plan is to have Conor fight Cowboy and then sort of skip into the mix with Khabib for the rematch. And listen, for money reasons, I understand, but for reasons, it's just holding up the 155-pound weight class. Or if you're going to make it happen, make it like a 165-pound catch weight bullshit, and then put an interim strap out there. If you're going to play stupid games, do something dopey like that. Poor Justin Gaethje. I forgot about Homer Simpson knockout. Do you remember that with Vic? I completely forgot about that fight.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It's 3 in a row. I remember the fight. I forgot it was in that little run. 3 in a row, first round.
Vic is actually the first, well, not the first, but the one fight that stood out to me the most about Gaethje. That's when I realized this guy was going to contend for a title, but he hasn't yet. But yeah, the Vic fight, that one caught me quick. I think anytime I think Gaethje, I think about the Vic fight.
Yeah, I hope that this is the case. I thought he took this at 170 to fight George next. Yeah, Shannon, it would make sense. He beats Donald Cerrone. He comes back. He takes another. Now, I understand if he takes another fight in between, that does damage his chance of fighting Khabib. Khabib doesn't have many fights left, so that does damage his chances, but it doesn't make sense. And I can't, people are probably like, Chris, how are you saying this? You love Conor. I love Conor. But, I think Conor should fight Khabib in the third fight of his, his little comeback tour. I think that would make the most sense. What do you think, Jess? What do you think about him fighting Khabib after the Cowboy fight? Do you think that makes sense?
I don't think it makes sense because Conor said he wanted 3 fights and one of them being Khabib. It would make more sense for Khabib to be his third fight. It wouldn't make any sense to make him the second. Then who's his third? Conor only wants 3 fights left in his career.
You're going to go to sleep. And then you need to back up, and you can go to sleep too.
Let's go, Conor Hernandez.
Can we see Gaethje versus Masvidal, please?
Oof.
Maybe Nate versus Poirier. BTW Corey Anderson will smash Jan. BTW, what do you guys think Colby next step should be if he wins? Same with Usman, what should his next step be?
Oh, all right. So if Colby Covington wins, I think the best fight for him would be Masvidal. That's what I think. Or you can throw the Tyron Woodley fight. Now, I don't know what is up with Tyron Woodley, but I'm going to say, I would say Masvidal and then Woodley. That's what I would say for Colby
I can tell you what's up with Woodley.
You got a story?
Mm-hmm.
All right, give it to me. Is it Leon Edwards?
Yeah.
Ah, there it is. Nice segue. Look at that. That's teamwork.
According to MMA Fighting, Leon Edwards, on a potential Tyron Woodley bout, says he'll fight, but not in London. According to Leon Edwards, Tyron Woodley is the only reason that their clash has not already been confirmed as the headline bout for UFC London on March 21st. Edwards is keen to face an opponent that will catapult him into a title shot and feels as though a win over former champion Woodley would make him undeniable in terms of the UFC welterweight title stakes. Speaking on the latest episode...
You better back up or you're going to go to sleep. And then you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
What up, Vlad?
Y'all niggas think that whole pillow hands king of the decision when Colby gets his 6th on Saturday? I think he pushes Usman on the cage and hold on for dear life. That or he hits Usman 500 times and doesn't leave a mark but clutches another decision win.
So Vlad is he's picking Colby, it looks like, by a pillow-fisted, against the cage, high velocity win. All right, I got to go with Marty. I'm gonna stick with it. Jesse's gonna give you her picks tomorrow on Fight Briefing.
Yeah, I can't tell you today.
So make sure you subscribe, friends. Subscribe to the MMA Holes and hit the notification bell. Jesse's gonna do her private show, her peep show, of picks tomorrow night where you'll get her guaranteed locks. Now, this weekend, the belt is on the line. This belt behind us on the casting couch is on the line right over here. Now, Jessie has it. She is the champion. I plan on having this over my shoulder Saturday night. So the battle for the belt will be this weekend. Who will be the champion of the MMA-Holes? Make sure you subscribe to find out. Oh, shit, Jess.
What?
How do we miss this?
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on a dick.
Two times. Like away, friends. Let's go. 100.
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on a dick.
Didn't go to the gym today because I got foot problems. Got to go to the doctor tomorrow. So that was my workout. Thank you for the likes. You are all wonderful.
Wonderful.
I appreciate your support. The people of the community. Look at this guy. Daniel Miranda.
When has Colby had a finished foe?
Had to finish.
Neither fighter. That's the thing. And that's the problem. When has either fighter had a finish? There is going to be no finish here. You might be finished because you fell asleep during the fight. I'm interested in it. I think it's going to be fun, even if it is a wrestle fest, snuggle fest, head position fest, against the cage fest. Let's look at Colby. Skimming through. Okay, the last time he finished Max Griffin was 8/20 of 2016. Colby Covington. After that, it was a parade of decisions. And throughout all these decisions, boy, there was a lot of trash talk. And you look at Kamaru Usman as well. It's been more recent. Let's see. We got 2017, 9/16/2017, Sergio Moraes. And then after that, a bunch of decisions. But quicker. I honestly think that when Colby brings you to the ground, it looks like he doesn't even look for the finish. It's kind of bizarre. At least Usman, I mean, some people don't think he's active enough, but at least Usman is trying to get that finish done. So I kind of like Usman's style a little bit more because he's going for it. There's been times when he fought Robbie Lawler, I felt there was times he could sink the hooks in, go for the neck, and he really didn't. He just looked like he wanted to tire him out and mutilate him. It didn't look like he was going for that finish. So I think if you're going to bet on the guy that's going to get the knockout or the submission, I think it's Usman. Do you think there's going to be a finish here, Jess?
I think they're going to grind each other to a decision.
All right, you're saying decision. But if there was a takeout, if someone was to get it done.
It'd be by submission.
No, who would get it done, though, if it was a finish?
I would probably lean in the direction of Usman.
Okay, you think Usman. Now, let me know in the chat. If there was to go to a finish, and Colby said he's going to knock him out. That's his words. He's going to put him to sleep. And I think Usman's saying the same thing. So, chat room, what do you think? Is there going to be a finish? Let us know. Now. Yes. No. Uh-oh. So, officially, look at this, Jess. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. My scene.
Man.
Yeah, my scenes are fucked up.
That's weird.
Anyway, let us know in the chat. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Alpha Predator says short man syndrome is a myth. You hate to admit that someone a foot shorter than you is sitting on your chest bashing your head, and literally or figuratively because of your self-inflated ego. I agree. I think that short man syndrome thing is a myth. Daniel Miranda says, how many times Colby punched Lawler and Lawler was nowhere near hurt? Rogelio says, Colby has pillow hands. Rogelio says no.
Man, you
Vigo
better
says,
back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Yeah, baby. We got Drunk
What
Savage.
if the Colby Usman fight ends up like in that Bruno movie? Remember the straight Dave seen Lamau?
Jesse actually saw that fairly recent. You remember
did?
it? Yeah, Bruno is the where Sacha Baron Cohen played the Gaylord.
Gaylord.
And he ran around, and the fat guy was chasing him through the convention center. What do you think if the fight's like that?
that was funny.
Yeah, it could be like that. It's possible. Maybe they'll get nude for us. Be hot.
Can you put the chat up here so I can read it easier, please?
Okay.
You like took it down or some shit.
Yeah, well, I noticed. I mean, there's a reason. Wait, so we're stuck, Jess. Look at this. What the fuck is going on? Look at this. Help me. Someone fucking help me. We're stuck.
Load. Okay, keep it on TGIW.
All right. It's just been one of those nights. Nothing wants to work. All right, let's I'll put this over. You want the chat over here?
It would make it easier to read. I can't read it over there. It's hidden behind that screen.
Yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen, or Sacha Baron Cunt, is a Tradorius Gaylord, says Lee W. Kyle Mungari says, if anyone get the finish, it's Colby. Cream Stain, says Kainoto. The UFC needs more drama, says Vigo. Covington, a fucking bitch, says Johnny Boy. Thank you. Mystery Vigo says, Vigo Bro. King AP1 says, Christopher Height says, Colby will put Usman to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all blow dick, says Jules Critelli.
You, my friend, are put in a timeout. Boom! And we never do that here. So, see you later,
Because
Jules.
you said we blow dick. Soy
now
boy.
you can blow your own dick in timeout for 300 seconds.
Soy Boy says, all I can think about is pizza and sex.
Ooh, that's hot.
That sounds like the life. I would love to just think about pizza and sex.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be a happy camper.
All right. Whatever. Listen, whatever works. If that makes you happy, then go for it. Think about the pizza and sexual intercourse. That works for me. You know what doesn't work for me? This chat room. Oh, my God.
Oh, you changed it again.
No, it's fucked up. So I got to figure out, with the shit crashing and stuff like that, I got to figure out what the reasoning. I think it's an OBS thing.
I think so, too.
Anyway, technical Chris will have to get to the bottom of this. Looks like another long night for me. All right, let's get to another story over here. And I got to thank you guys and gals. There are a lot of people watching, over 400 plus. Hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
Hell yeah. The fact that you guys and gals are sticking with us through these harsh times of us trying to get this show to move between scene to scene over here. The ups and downs. Look at this. The fact that you guys stick with it means that you are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
We'll be reacting to the fights this weekend. UFC 245. We react to every UFC fight. So make sure you subscribe and slap the notification bell. Let's go to the next story.
Platinum Perry has a new nose. It's just a tweet by MMA Junkie, and Moss, press on your nose right here.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to fucking...
Before you play this.
I gotta fix this computer. The mouse is a little... Oh, imagine we need a new computer. I'll fucking kill myself.
Press right here on your nose.
Yeah.
Do you feel the cartilage when you press?
I do.
Yeah. So, you remember the fight where Mike Perry broke his nose?
Yes.
Okay. I bet all of you guys are doing this at home right now. You can feel the cartilage kind of when you press on your nose here.
Yes.
Mike Perry lost all that cartilage right here on his nose. So now, when his nose gets hit, it just presses straight into his face, which is a sort of an advantage for him, as he was saying, because when he fights, now they can't break that cartilage of his nose. It just presses in.
So what's holding his nose together?
Well, there's a little cartilage on top over here on the bridge of his nose.
So what?
But right here, it's all gone. So he can just press it straight into his face. So
disgusting. It
is a little bit of an advantage for his fights. If he gets punched in the nose, that cartilage is not there to break anymore.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to play the sound or anything, but you can see it here just on the screenshot that he's pressing his nose into his face.
You can go to sleep. And then you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
My honey hole hurts.
Screw all that Division 1 versus Division 2 talk. Leon Edwards, Tyron Woodley and Saturday Covington will be 3 out to welterweight top 10. Usman is talking out 1 by 1. He's fought better competition. And Colby's punches can't hurt someone's feelings.
I'm with you, Mr. Honey Hole Hurts. Listen, I don't think it's going to be competitive. I honestly think Usman's going to run him over. I think he's going to hold him down.
I think it's going to be competitive.
Honestly. Now, maybe there's going to be a lot of respect for both games, and it's going to nullify each other, and they're going to be kind of feinting and doing all this weird shit. But I think he has the power. I think he has the wrestling that is, listen, I don't D1, D2, D in your mouth. I don't, who gives a fuck? We saw that went right out the window with Tyron Woodley. The only thing I think that Colby Covington has is he may be in Usman's head. But so far what we've seen, he's still licking his lips. He's still doing that smooth LL Cool J shit. So it doesn't look like he's rattled to me. I don't see a rattled man. I saw a rattled man with Tyron Woodley.
I still think there's going to be some semblance of a competition, though. Like, I don't think it's just going to end, like, super quick, you know?
I mean, all things point to a decision. I mean, they both just do decisions. All things point to that, but I think it's going to be more dominated by Usman. That's my prediction. Hey, Bradley Barnhard.
Wonderful.
Thank you for the sub, friend. Appreciate it. All right, is there a video of this or what's?
Yeah, but
so was that broken nose like some?
I don't know.
There you go. Mute it.
MMA junkie
and
guy.
Fast forward to right there.
Yeah, he's pushing that shit in.
Watch when he pushes it in. He turns his face to the side, and you can see it is like an Artie Lang nose. Like it presses flush into his face. Watch.
Damn, huh?
He's about to turn into. There it is. See that?
It's a little blurred.
There's no cartilage there.
Yeesh.
It's gone. So
God
now,
Cote took his face.
If he gets hit in the nose, it just goes flush into his face.
You better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Oh my God, it's Chrome to your Vigo.
If Colby loses on Saturday, how hard do you think he keeps going with this persona? Shout out to the Vigos, bro.
Oh man, Chrome to your Vigo. Thank you for the donation. I think it's going to be a problem. I don't think the shtick works. With McGregor, he found a way he's trying to find a way to reinvent himself. It doesn't, the shine is not there as much. Mystic Mac and all this bullshit. He's got to retailer it. With Colby Covington, he's been going hard in the paint. He's been pissing everyone off. I mean, I think Colby Covington's pissed more people off than any fighter that I've ever seen when it comes to a character. Colby is straight up a character right now. I truly don't believe this is him. So he is invested himself to this character. He is successfully pissed off probably 75% of the MMA fans out there. And if he loses, I don't know how he reinvents that. Does he dip off and go into WWE? Does he stay and does he shake hands with Usman if he wins or
Probably
loses?
not.
Like he said he wouldn't. But this is a competition. This is what I want to know.
But I think Covington is so invested in his image that if he says he won't, he won't. Because he wants people to believe what he has to say. He wants people to buy into the words that come out of his mouth. So I don't think he's going to show respect. He should, but I don't think he will.
Every time he wins a fight, he's not very gracious. Now I'm thinking about it. Like every time he does, he gets on the mic and he thinks of something for the next fight to sell. So, I think you're right. I think Colby Covington, he is, at least with McGregor, after a fight, no matter win or lose, he's humble afterwards. He's hugging his opponent and this and that, and then he gets on the mic and says something knucklehead. But when it comes to Colby Covington, now this is the first time he will actually well, it's not even a unification. He got stripped. So this is the first time he gets the official championship belt. Maybe this will be finally the peak for him, and he doesn't have to really call anyone out or sell another fight. Maybe he hit that stride and is like, okay, I will be humble this time. I will shake his hand and then move on. I don't know if I see that, though. I think he's going to keep the party rolling.
Only time will tell.
I mean, the Matt Hughes in the train,
the
he
guy
doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
What are your predictions? Go ahead.
Oh, I gave mine. I don't think he's going to show any respect.
All right, let's see what the chat thinks. If Colby wins or loses this fight, I need to know. How is he going to respond to this?
Tina Fush says Covington was going to get released before his Maya fight. If Covington didn't start trash talking, then he would be released long ago. Manny says if short man syndrome isn't real, then there wouldn't be any Bagel Boy. Very good point. Brandon Cerrone says can't see Colby losing. Too much pace, cardio, and he has the level of wrestling to cancel out Usman. Kainoda says Colby gonna win and will put shackles on Marty. Duke Chronic says Jorge is his friend. Drunk Savage Moss, why is there a cum stain on that screen?
Come staying on that screen. That over there. The chat is broken actually, so we can't. I don't know what happened. It just got corrupted. Hey, what's up, Bilbo Evans?
He'll probably close out the software and open it back up, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, this shit's a mess. We just invested in upgrading our internet too, and we're making some moves thanks to the people. In your donations, we are reinvesting in 2020. We're coming in hot. So I see Daniel Miranda. I saw you. You're complaining. You're not talking about the rest of the card. We spoke about.
We did talk about the rest of the card.
Just because you didn't come
How many
here.
times do you want us to go over? We talked about it like 5 times.
Hold on a second. We'll get into some of these other fights on this card. Okay, we will get on here. I mean, I like it doesn't make any sense. Like just because you didn't get here early, what are we supposed to do? Say, oh hey Daniel, let's talk about everything that you missed. Like what are we doing? Listen, we were just talking about Mike Perry. Okay, we're gonna go into the Jeff Neal fight. Mike Perry's fighting Jeff Neal. Right? That's called a segue. You ever hear of that? It's called a segue. All right, so Jeff Neal 12-2-0. Or Joff Neal. How do you say his name?
I think it's Jeff.
You look at his wins over here. Nico Price, who is a fucking savage, took him out. Bilal Muhammad, tough dude, got a unanimous decision. Frank Camacho knocked him the fuck out. The guy's on a roll. Submitted Brian Camozzi and came from the Contender Series. The guy, ever since he came in there, has been destroying shit. Now, Mike Perry does not get fed bums. Like, this dude comes in there, and he'll fight anyone. He doesn't give a shit. This is a fire fight. Mm-hmm. This is a fire fight, Jesse. Now, this is not on your fight briefing, so you can give us an insight what you think about this.
I think Mike Perry was humanized after his last loss, and I think he realizes that. So I'm going to have to go with Jeff Neal on this one, because I feel Mike Perry's a little more apprehensive with his opponents now.
So Mike Perry versus Neal. Listen, get your popcorn ready. This is going to be fun. And Mike Perry has a smushed nose, an absolute smushed nose. So we talk about the main event, the co-main event. We spoke a little bit about this fight over here. I'm going to dabble in it quick. I don't feel good about de Randamie. I don't. Now, this could, like we said in the beginning of the show, this could be something that turns into a Shevchenko fight. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man. I think Nunes is going to be on fire again and looking to take someone's head off.
I think she's going to put up a hell of a fight against Nunes. And
you think so?
I wouldn't be surprised to see it go into the second or the third round, because de Randamie is a heavy hitter. I mean, the girl made it up here for a reason, and she's on how many of a fight winning streak right now? She's got like a shit ton of fights or wins behind her belt. So I think she's really she knows how to go up against Nunes now. She even said herself, she started off as a kickboxer. Now she's a kickboxer and a mixed martial artist. So she has more tricks up her sleeve against Nunes.
All right, so let's talk about de Randamie. Aspen Ladd, that last fight, honestly, I thought it was stopped a little too quick. Some people are good with it, some people, it doesn't matter. Aspen Ladd's tough as nails. I honestly believe that it was stopped a little quick. My humble opinion. You can make an argument either way. It doesn't matter. She got the win. So that one there is a little gray for me. Could de Randamie have pounced on her and knocked her out? Yeah, sure. But it just sucks when a fight goes down like that. You got Raquel Pennington, unanimous decision. Is Raquel really that great? I mean, she's always in the mix, but you see when she gets...
She did try to quit against, what's her face?
Every time she gets to the top dogs, she gets fucking murked.
Yeah.
So is she really that good? Holly Holm,
great.
This fight was ass.
Holly Holm is great.
Yeah, she's great. But this fight was complete ass. And in fact, a lot of people think she lost this fight when she got the belt.
Too much respect for each other.
So it was shit. I thought Holly won too. Even though I picked de Randamie in that fight. We were in the building, UFC 208.
You're going to go to sleep. And then you need to back up and you can go to sleep too.
We got Vlad.
I got Jamal the Man in May in this fight. She's one of the heavy hitters in that division. I think she pulls off the upset.
It's possible. I don't see it though. Thank you, Vlad, for the donation. I listen, it's easy to pick the Amanda Nunes, right? The guy.
Wonderful.
The girl.
No pun intended.
Has slayed all the slayers. And you've seen Shevchenko, you saw Nunes against striking, those tough strikers. She does play a little safer, but I think that's not the case with this one. You saw de Randamie run away from Cyborg, wanted no part of that fight happening. Mm-hmm. There's a reason.
Well, at the time, she didn't think Cyborg was beatable until Nunes proved her wrong.
Okay. It's going to be interesting. I hope this fight turns out to be fire. I really do. We spoke about Aldo versus Moraes. Jesse will get more into this tomorrow as well. You know who I'm picking, AIDS Aldo. I love it. Peter Yan versus Uriah Faber, the ass chin Faber. Does he have a chance?
No.
Wow. You're going to give her a pick?
Absolutely not.
Well, I thought fight briefing is tomorrow.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Sorry, I got too ahead of myself.
We spoke about Mike Perry and Neal. And look at these fights over here. Caitlin Vieira versus Irene Aldana. These girls look good. 10-0 versus Irene Aldana, who's been showing it. She's been showing it as of late. This last fight, she looked good, crisp. Not a bad fight to be thrown on the preliminaries. Ian Heinisch, the dude that beat our boy Justin at Fort Sumter, coming off of the L, trying to get back in against the Wolverine, Amiri Akhmedov. He is the Wolverine, right? Yeah. All right. I was right. So that's a good fight. A lot of good fights on this card. So many. Matt Brown, Ben Saunders. What? Fire. Old guys back in the mix. Love it. Hooper Tamer. Moreno versus France. I mean, it just goes on and on. Jessica I back in business versus Araujo.
Wonderful.
And Soriano versus Piachota. There it is. That's your UFC 245 card. And let me tell you something. All I got to say is this, Jesse. 2 words.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, let's get back into the news. How you feeling, Jess? You feeling wonderful?
I'm always feeling wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful.
How are you feeling?
Listen, you don't have to ask me. You know where I'm at. I got a big card this weekend. Get to hang out with my co-host. Get to hang out with the community. Doesn't get any better than this. All right, next story.
Bellator, according to Bloody Elbow, has released a fighter linked to a far-right soccer hooligan grouped in Bulgaria. But the thing they used was extremist group, which I'm sure you can imagine what this entails. In November 2019, reports emerged that Bellator MMA had signed several new fighters, including Bulgarian welterweight Georgi Valentinov. The 26-year-old fighter holds a 21-5 professional record and is currently riding a 3-fight win streak dating back to December 2018. Valentinov, who has reportedly been training under the tutelage of John Kavanagh in Dublin over the past few months, has only lost 2 fights since March 2013. Both those losses took place under the ACB banner, which the fighter has since recovered from 3 consecutive victories at Bulgarian promotion Grand Fight Arena. According to Kavanagh, Valentinov is more than ready to participate in international tournaments. He just has to knock on some doors and get him inside. Kavanagh's knocks must have been heard, for Valentinov signed with Bellator MMA a few weeks later. However, when officials at a U.S.-based promotion scouted the Bulgarian fighter, they failed to consider his affiliation to a notorious far-right football hooligan group and his alleged involvement in the racist chants that marred the now infamous England versus Bulgaria European qualification match last month. After being sanctioned earlier this year for racist chants during qualification matches against Kosovo versus the Czech Republic, Bulgaria once again became the setting for extremism in October. The incident took place at a Euro 2020 qualifier against England and Bulgarian capital of Sofia, where the match was halted twice due to the racial abuse targeting the English players. The game, which took place on October 14th, was first halted during the 28th minute when England was leading 2-0. A stadium announcement revealed that Bulgarian fans were participating in racist behavior that was interfering with the game, and that the game would be stopped if the abuse continued. When the fans failed to heed the warning, the game was halted again during the 43rd minute, but eventually carried on into the second half and ended 6-0 to England. The racist abuse ranged from fascist symbols, Nazi salutes, racial chants, and monkey noises.
Oh, nice.
While Bulgarian coaches and officials denied any such incident took place during the match, various football organizations across Europe were quick to condemn the actions. England's Football Association tweeted that English players were subject to abhorrent racist chanting and that it is unacceptable at any level of the game, while Football Against Racism in Europe called for Bulgaria to be removed from Euro 2020 qualifying. The infamous match had immediate ripple effects on the country's football federation. Bulgaria's coach Krasimir Balakov resigned after the match, as did the Bulgarian Football Union's executive committee. The president of Bulgaria's Football Association also stepped down.
Back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Connor!
Breaking news: Paulo Costa comes out as gay. John Jones has dick problems. Drunk Savage is the GOAT. Caleb Harris is an animal and Artem Lobov gets some extensions.
Wow. All breaking news. Thank you, Connor, for dropping it in. It's wonderful, wonderful. If you want to interrupt the show, Connor's showing you how to do it. Link in the description. And also, we have a brand new, spanking new hat over down below by our donations. You can get this only in December. So if you want your skull cap with the MMA-Holes logo on it, go to the Streamlabs link down below and play our reggae song.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, so back to this. You think Kevin from Chicago was in the crowd too? That's what I heard.
It sounds like Kevin's type of crowd.
Yeah.
So, perhaps.
So how about that? What the hell, man? What was going on there?
I mean, Bellator did release him after they heard about this, so... Thing is, like, it already happened, you know? So what does it do for Bellator to release him? He's still a fighter, you know?
Nah.
Just let him do his thing.
All right, well, let him do his thing.
No, I mean, I don't mean, you know, let him be involved in stuff, but I'm saying it already happened. What happened, happened. You know, what is Bellator going to do about it? I guess they're trying to save face, you know, by, like, bouncing the fighter from the card. I don't really know what their motive was behind that, but, yeah, they released him.
All right. There you go. The release is in. The release is in. Any other stories? Oh, St. Preux. What we got with the Preux?
Well, it's not really a story. St. Preux versus Ryan Spann was scrapped from UFC 247 in February. So that's something that you guys will not be looking forward to.
All right. King K says something here.
Your dad fucks your mom.
That's the truth. Doesn't get more true than that, King K. Right? I mean, right? I think that happens to everybody. Right? Your dad fucks your mom. Did your dad fuck your mom? Jess?
Yeah, sometimes.
No. That's it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Showing you how it's done. So, Von Flew.
Ryan Spann basically said he's not going to be doing that event. He's working on something else, but he hasn't really come out with what it is he's working on. But I guess it was something more important than this fight. So we will not be looking forward to this fight for UFC 247.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like St. Preux, but I couldn't care less, to be honest.
Dana White explains the Liz Carmouche pink slip debacle. In case you were interested, do you remember the Liz Carmouche thing?
This picture looks just like Dana White. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, if you click on the link, I can actually show you a little bit of art.
Okay.
You're going to get a kick out of it?
Is it more Dana White art?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first one, we were supposed to get her to do a free PR work for us. This is Dana White, in case you haven't figured that out yet. Scroll down a little bit, Moss. Dana White continues, we're sorry, we got caught treating Liz Carmouche like garbage. Scroll some more, Moss.
Who drew this?
Who
the fuck? Like a 4-year-old?
Chris Rini.
Oh my God. I mean, it looks like he drew it with his eyes closed. Okay.
Now, continue scrolling. Yep. We were supposed to get her to do free PR work for us. Said that again.
It looks like Dana White is melted on Dana Melt.
And then fire her during a slow news week. So that's the news that was involved.
This guy actually wasted his time doing this.
Yeah.
Huh?
Even in her departure from the UFC, Liz Carmouche is a trailblazer, the first woman to be fired for being too good at fighting, but not marketable enough to merit paying.
God.
She joins the pantheon of John Fitch, Yushin Okikami, and Jake Shields. And yeah. So I guess because she has the ability to beat other fighters that Dana White doesn't want to let go or to lose yet, he had to let Liz Carmouche go.
You know, we heard from Jason Knight what the UFC does when they release fighters, and it's pretty messed up. Like, they'll just send an email. Sometimes they'll send an email to the management team. And Liz Carmouche was in the car. She was doing press for now remember this. Liz Carmouche was in the first ever female UFC fight. Remember that. This is the girl that was the sacrificial lamb for Ronda Rousey when she came in, and she didn't do bad. You know, she did all right. She never won a title or anything like that. She was never going to be a champion, but she had some wins. And what happened was she was too dykey. They used the lesbian story in the beginning with the Ronda Rousey situation, and then they realized, oh wait, Liz Carmouche can beat up a lot of our pretty female fighters. Let's give her the can. Let's get her out of here. And here she is in a bus or in a car or whatever doing press for the UFC on the UFC's dime, and she finds out from her manager in the car that she's getting the axe.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Sucks to be Liz Carmouche.
It does. It doesn't make you want to fight for the UFC if you. I mean, it's like it's insane. They did her dirty.
Yeah.
Not that I give a shit about watching a Liz Carmouche fight, but I mean, could have done a little better than that, right? First female fight in the UFC. Here's a text message or an email. Thanks for the press. Doing the press. See you later. Go fight for Bellator. You think Bellator picks her up, Jess? Poor Bellator.
Honestly, no. I don't see that happening. I think Liz Carmouche is, if she's going to continue her MMA career, I see it in something like One or Risen or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I hope she makes some money. You know, gets it done. By the way, 31,900. So if you want to be part of this crazy community and be wonderful, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because this weekend we're going to be reacting to possibly the biggest card of the year, UFC 245. We'll be fired up, hanging with the boys for the whole entire card. So if you want to pay, don't want to pay, just want to hang out with the community, well, this is the place to be, the MMA-Holes, and hang with these knuckleheads. All right, Jesse. What are we doing over here? Any more stories?
Just one. It's not really a story. Sergio Pettis is booking a Bellator debut at the same card as Chris Cyborg versus Julia Budd. Something for you guys to look forward to, January 25th against Alfred Koshakian. And like I said, it will be on the same card as Chris Cyborg versus Julia Budd. So something we can look forward to within the beginning of the next year.
This guy got fucking kicked to the curb quick too. Well, I mean, he had a couple of fights in the UFC. You know, he was in there for a little bit. He's like, we'll leave you, brother. Get out of here, weirdo.
Yeah, pretty much.
See you later. He never really worked out the way they wanted to. He had some flashes, though.
Yeah.
He had some flashes. So there he goes. Mini Pettis. Off to Bellator. I think he'll do fine over there.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay.
He's still really young. So how old is he? I forgot how old Sergio is. I know he's younger than Anthony, but... So good luck, Sergio Pettis in Bellator. And Bellator's got some stuff. When the UFC dies down, you got the Korean Zombie versus Frankie Edgar. After that, the UFC's over. You know, for 2019, we say goodbye to the UFC, and then you have Bellator, and you have Risen, you have the PFL, and these other organizations. Probably one's got something going on. So there you go. Is this Mr. Dreamer guy? Is he the guy that was? Oh, that was the dude that was sweating you, right? Is this that guy? Yeah, Mr. Dreamer.
No.
Wasn't he the guy? Remember the dude? Look at the profile picture. Isn't this the guy that was on your YouTube channel and was reaching out to you? He was completely sweating you, and you kind of blew him off. I think that's him.
No, that's not him. No, that's not him.
Hold on, let's take a look at his channel anyway.
That's not him.
Let's do a channel review. Oh shit! I gotta unhide you. Shit! I hid you by accident. Don't want to do that.
Go up a little bit. You can find him up there. There you go.
There you are. Hold on. Let's go check out his channel. He says, "Fuck you, Jesse." I think
Shocker.
It's him.
I mean, join.
I don't know. He's got that fat Mexican face.
Join 90% of the chat.
Yeah, I think it's him, Jess. That is him.
That's not him.
Yep, it is him 100%, Jesse. So this guy.
Which guy are you talking about?
You don't remember this dude? This dude was like.
There were so many people in the beginning.
He was borderline stalking you. This guy. Hold on a second.
Add that to about 200 people in my
All right,
DMs.
so let me show you this guy's face. Check this guy out over here. So this guy that just said "fuck you" to Jesse. This dude was like. You don't remember him now?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
Well, what happened to his eye?
I think I do remember.
Dude, what's wrong, man?
Oh, he got mad. He got angry.
Yeah, why is he saying? Because what?
Well, because he had a different impression.
Dude, what happened? You were all team Jesse, and then all of a sudden, now you're saying fuck Jesse?
That's all right. Add him to the list.
By the way, you're a fantastic rapper.
When they realize the truth, then they get angry at me and they start saying horrible things.
Well, go subscribe to Mr. Dreamer. Locken? What is that? Loken?
It doesn't matter.
Go give him a sub. He seems like a nice guy. Go White Sox. There you go. There he is. Take a good look.
No.
Poor guy.
It is what it is.
You can still hang around, though. It's all right. I don't know why you're saying fuck you, Jesse. I don't know what she did to you.
It happens. Like, when they figure out the truth, then they're like, oh, well, I hate this girl now. And they find every reason to say horrible things to me.
That dude was simping hard, man. Like, he was simping hard. He was like, I love you. Talk to me. And he was like DMing you and shit. Wasn't he the guy?
Well, yeah.
Or one of the many?
One of the many. But
There he is.
they all turn. They all
Where'd
turn
he
around
go?
and they all say horrible things.
Why is he not in the chat anymore? Where are you? Come back in the chat. We miss you. I hope your black eye gets better. What happened to this dude?
It's not a black eye, it's a tattoo.
That's a tattoo?
Yeah.
Holy shit, this guy looks... Whoa, he's got a tattoo on his chin, too? Oh, this guy looks dangerous.
Oh, stop. My cousin has tattoos on his face.
On his chin?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Mr. Dreamer, if you're still here, tell us about these tattoos, man. Holy fuck. Oh, this guy rolls with some gangs and shit. This is dangerous, man.
Oh, God. Get out of here.
We should make him a character on the show. What the fuck? What does the tattoo say on his chin?
Don't be too tough on him, Moss. Tell him to keep his chins up.
Jesus Christ. Poor guy. I don't know why he said fuck you to Jesse. I was being.
Well, it happens.
He wants to beat. He probably does want to beat me up. I mean, who doesn't, right? Get in line. Jesse wants to beat me up. Everyone wants to beat me up. It's part of the deal.
Well, when I want to beat you up, it's for different reasons.
Sexual.
Yes.
Maybe it's sexual with him too.
I'm a secret dominatrix.
I thought that was a black eye. He got a tattoo of a black eye. I'll leave him alone now. He left the chat. Fuck, man.
No, he was in there. He put a laughing emoji.
I think he's bedridden. All right. Now I hope we're friends again. I hope you didn't get hurt. So we'll be friends. For God's sake.
Well, he did get hurt, or he wouldn't be dropping in the chat saying that.
Why do you? I want to know why he said fuck you.
Because
or maybe he wanted your attention. He got that.
Well,
right?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
You think it's a Sharpie pen? Kynota thinks it's a Sharpie pen. I don't think so, man. That's a lot. It's a lot going on there. He even got the second chin. That's how you know he's got it. He's got it all. You know, he's loyal to his work, man. Gets both chins. All right, let's leave him alone. All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, that's it, Moss. That's all the news. I mean, unless you have something else that.
I think I'm done. I think I've had enough. Tell them about Fight Briefing tomorrow night.
Yeah, Fight Briefing tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in. We'll be covering UFC 245 main card. Get my picks, get your guys' picks, and predictions for what's going to happen this weekend.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate the turnout tonight. You guys really turned up, and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night. It's going to be a big weekend. We have Fight Briefing tomorrow. We have Fuqua Friday this Friday. It's going down. It's going hard. I got to get that, the momentum back in my favor because Jesse needs to sing. It's getting ridiculous. And last week was atrocious. I got to pick a song, too. And Saturday is going to be a big one. I can't wait for it. I really cannot wait for those fights. It's going to be banging. And, check out our new hat down below in the Streamlabs. And thank you for all your support. Thank you for the likes and everything. Share away and JBH, take us away.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.
No, Jesse. I want you to fucking give it to him hard. Give it to him. Give your best. Don't be an a-hole. I want you to look them in the fucking eyes, in their soul. You gotta leave them hanging here, Jesse. You gotta give it to them hard.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.
Now you gotta scream it at them. Scream it in their fucking faces. Look into their souls. Take their eyeballs and shove it up their asses. Say it to them, Jesse.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.